we starting this off?
Do you want to intro it?
Yeah, welcome back to the Bogetti Bunch podcast. Woohoo!
Woohoo! 26 plus weeks pregnant.
I know, I was going to say the three of us are here.
Yeah, we'll be at 27 weeks by the time this is out on Monday or on Friday. So creeping along, only like 12 weeks left. It's going quick. It's just flying on by. Before we know, we'll have a little baby boy kicking around and yelling and all kinds of good things.
Screaming, crying, smiling, all the good things.
Yeah.
Pooping on us.
Is that what you're excited about?
No.
Kind of sounds like it. You talk about it a lot, like you're anticipating, ready for some...
No. Honestly, what I'm concerned about is diapers. Just hearing how many diapers my sister's going through, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're just not ready for it?
No.
Huh. I feel like we'll be okay.
Hopefully.
What about those reusable diapers?
I don't
That's what people have done for thousands of years.
Really?
I mean, yeah, before there was like...
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Just disposable diapers.
Now they're coming back. That's a thing.
It's eco-friendly.
Yeah, like a lot of brands are creating just reusable diapers. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, as far as reusable things, that's one of the ones I'm not really on board with.
Well, I mean, babies go through 8 to 12 diapers a day. So do you have 12 reusable diapers on hand and then you just change them and you wash them every day?
I mean, I go through 3 to 6 pairs of boxers a day and we just wash them. It's pretty much the same deal.
One thing about Cooper, I'm going to expose him. He has holes in his boxers and in his socks. And boxers in the crotch area.
There's a lot of chafing going on there. Rub a hole
clean
through them.
Every night he likes to show me the hole.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't every night at first, but now since all my boxers have holes in them, I'm going to use the hole. And not the hole, like boxers normally have a hole in them.
Cooper will be like, you got to look at this hole.
My socks are pretty bad too. I don't know why they get so many holes in them. Like
your socks get holes because you rub your feet together. That's why. I think just you have very wide feet, so it probably rubs a lot in your sneakers. Another thing about Cooper, he has fat feet.
It's not completely wrong. I mean, they're wide. They're just like
they're wide.
That's a pain in the ass, and it's a common issue in my family.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to ruin shoes because he had such a wide foot.
Yeah, you stretch out your shoes so bad.
Yeah, it's not even like I have a long foot.
I mean, you do.
Not really. It's like a 12.
It's pretty large.
Yeah, but then it's like a 12 wide. It's like a square. Probably why I can't run.
You have bricks as feet.
Yeah, like even when I try to ride some scooters, like both feet don't fit. It's not easy.
Literally.
It is not easy out here.
How did we get here?
Well, we started with reusable diapers and we ended up on feet.
Yeah. But
just the full fetish gambit.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about our little baby and him being here soon. It's crazy.
Shocking we were talking about the baby.
Yeah. You brought it up. You said he's going to be here in 12 short weeks.
Bronte,
I don't
Bronte
like that.
talks about this baby all the time. Yes. Almost like she's been carrying a baby for the last few months.
Because there's actually a thing in a woman's brain. When they become pregnant, it like alters your brain, and it's literally all I can think about. It's my
brain has been altered.
I woke up this morning at like 5 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, and I was just thinking about the stroller. I just wanted to go into the nursery and like just look at it. Like my mind was racing. But
I opened the stroller yesterday and she just dying over it.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's a pretty nice stroller. It's got a lot of features that I wish my cars had. All these like clips and latches and folding stuff.
Well,
fancy.
Cooper's parents very graciously got us our stroller and car seat, and Cooper's mom was in town, so she wanted to see it and stuff, so we all opened it together, which was really fun. But one thing, I don't like the thought of he's going to be here in 12 weeks. Like, that number scares me, because that's not far at all.
No, it's not. I mean...
Like, December still seems like, I'm like, okay, I still have end of September, whole October, whole November, basically all of December, So I'm like, that sounds kind of long. But then when you say 12 weeks, I'm like, oh my God, don't say that.
Well, and also this time of year, like things start to stack up. Like every weekend is almost something now.
Yeah.
Like it's coming quickly where like this coming weekend, there's an event at the Freedom Factory. Then FL2k not too long after. Yeah. Then like November, another event there, Cletus and Cars.
We have our baby shower.
Our baby shower.
Yeah.
The Christmas tree race, Mod Knots. There's like a bunch of events at Bradenton from now until Christmas, which baby is going to be here on Christmas. They said between like the 22nd and 25th was the due date. So very soon. Yeah. But also it's Christmas. So he's going to be a Christmas baby, as we've said many a time.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's baby Jesus.
Sorry, every time we come on here, we talk about him. It's just a big part of our life right now. And
yeah.
We'll give you some updates. And I'm feeling him a lot recently, too, which is cool. He kicks me a bunch.
Yeah, he kicked me the other day.
I know Cooper's been able to feel him when he touches my belly, so that's fun. So, But that's really the only update.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Just been cranking along on all that. I haven't really... If you follow me on the main channel, I haven't done really anything at all.
It's okay.
So sorry, guys. If you're hoping for car videos, you can find it here. Please subscribe. That would be fantastic. Trying to get that number up. We are cruising right along to 40,000 subscribers here. Woo. Really becoming legit.
You do have car stuff coming up, though. Like you just said, there's a bunch of events, so you'll have some videos.
I got to go test the Camaro, hopefully tomorrow. You guys won't see this till Friday, but hopefully I tested the car already.
Yeah.
But the weather has suddenly turned to shit, where it's raining, and every time you're supposed to go test, it rains. Yeah. We went the other day. Jim and Brett were down here. Podcast coming soon. Jim Braun, Brett LaSala, two very fast Coyote guys, very cool guys. They were down here to go test, and they came all the way down here. They did a podcast. We went to the track, and it rained.
I feel like they've also kind of like taken you under their wing a little bit. Like every time at the track, they are so helpful with Coop. Like honestly, I don't know how we did it without them before. Just me and you, because
we didn't really, because even the first time we had the Camaro out there, we pitted with Jim.
We did?
Yeah. Like the first FL2k. Me and Jim weren't really like super close yet, but he was like, hey, you can come pit with us if you need something. And I was like, all right, I'll do that.
And literally ever since then, like if they're at a race that we're at, like we park with them and they're just so helpful to you.
Actually, we may have been pitted with John Dock that time. The first one.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
John Dock, shout out to him. He helped me on some early F-body stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's a big F-body guy. But yeah, we're kind of between those guys.
Yeah.
But
good people.
Fun event. Also, I sold the 240. Yay!
Woo! Yeah, you need a car.
I think I have one, but by the time I find it, the meme will be over. I sold it to my buddy Chris on Project Prime. And this goes back to me being a bad salesman. Because I told Chris not to buy it. Because I know Chris really well, and I know how his time works, and I know how busy he is, and I know how terrible that car was and how much work it needed. So I was telling him, I was like, Chris, you shouldn't buy this. and even as he pulled away, I was like, I'm sure you could sell it to somebody else real easily if it seems to be a pain. Like, I was just like, don't do it, dude.
Nervous
please. And then as he was pulling away, I was like, I don't know the car at all, so like I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like I worked on it a little bit, but like I don't know the car.
It's different like if you were to sell that to someone random, because it's going to like your good friend. That's why you're probably more concerned about
it. Blocked his number.
Can't contact you about the car.
Yeah. And it was sad because like I did like that car, but I had no need for it.
Yeah.
It was as useless as the CTSV over here.
Yeah, literally.
Actually, it was a little more useful than that. This car just takes up space.
Yeah. That one actually drove and stuff.
It was completely unnecessary to own that car. Well, I mean,
maybe he'll do something cool with it.
Yeah.
It'll become something good.
Hopefully. I mean, I'd like to see it out. He'll probably like drift it into a wall or something. Yeah. That's what I was going to end up doing.
Yeah.
Crash it.
So that's cool.
Blow it up.
Let him do it.
It is a VQ, so it sounds horrendous when you get on the gas. Like when you even like start it, horrendous.
I don't really remember. I feel like I heard it like a handful of times. I couldn't even tell you what it sounds like.
Have you ever heard a guy in a 350Z rev his engine? Just imagine that, and you'll want to gouge your ears out.
Oh my God.
That's just how it works.
Okay, wait. Can we talk about one of my topics that I'm very excited to talk about?
Hit it.
The Roman Empire.
You're not excited to talk about the Roman Empire.
No, we need to go over this phenomenon. So if you haven't seen, there's been I found it on TikTok, this trend of women asking their husbands, like a guy.
Significant other, any guy in your life.
Yeah, it's like a man thing, apparently. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? And the amount of videos I have seen of men being like all the time, like at least once or twice a week. And yeah. I asked Cooper, and I knew you were going to... Cooper went off. He's like, every day I think about it. And he just went off, and I'm like... I couldn't even tell you the last time I thought about the Roman Empire. Like, what is it that makes you think about it so much? I don't get it.
There's just so much, like, history and literature from them. I mean, I've read books from there, like, from that time period, from Marcus Aurelius and Plato and those type of guys. I mean, they're a little bit premature of that, but, like, that general area, I mean, Marcus Aurelius he's the guy when you think about the Roman Empire, and I've tried to read a lot of his writing and that kind of stuff. But then when you think about the Colosseum and like the battles that they used to have in there and like the fall of the Roman Empire. And
but why do you think about it like in your day-to-day life? Like what makes you think of it?
I don't know. It's what makes me think of anything. Like,
well, the one thing you did say, you were like, I don't know, something with railroads and cars, and you had a thought, and it's...
Well, I mean, like, a lot of things go back to them. Like, a lot of the way that we build things, and, like, they were, 2,000 years ago, but they were so advanced. They had concrete that was, like, even more advanced than what we can make now. They had, like, they called it, like, fire concrete or something weird like that, lava concrete. I don't know. Somebody will correct me in the comments, I'm sure, and be like, you idiot, you didn't even get it right off the cuff.
You don't even know the Roman Empire.
I Googled it and I found it. You were wrong. It's something along those lines, but it like self-heals in the rain. It's all kinds of crazy stuff that we don't have today. Even with like the space shuttle size is based off the railroad that is based off the Roman Empire's wagon wheels. Yeah. So, like, without them, we would be in a completely different world in a way. I don't know. They, like, fought lions in the Colosseum so much that they put a specific group of lions extinct. Yeah, I mean, there's way too much.
He's just going off
There's just so much.
Okay, if you're a man, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Please comment it in the comments. I need to know. I had seen like a handful of videos where people were like, not at all. I don't think about it at all.
They must not have severe ADHD.
But almost every man was like, at least a few times a week. I'm like, what?
I thought it was normal.
It is. Like now.
As a man, I guess.
Yeah, as a man, it is normal, I guess. But I did not think that was normal, and I can't understand it. It's crazy.
There's one story from the Roman Empire that I like, and it was this philosopher, and he prided himself on not owning any belongings. He just had, like, I don't even think he had clothes. He was just naked. He was like, nothing. I own nothing.
Okay.
And he just had a ladle to drink water. And then he saw a kid walk up and drink water with his hands.
So he got rid of the ladle?
So he was like, oh my gosh, I'm living so excessively. This child has nothing, and he just drank with his hands. Like,
oh my God. That child I lived excessively because I had a ladle.
Yeah, he just like upped him by not even like thinking about it.
I guess that's kind of a good lesson of like, you can live very simply and live perfectly fine.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you read anything from Marcus Aurelius, you'll be like, oh, wow, this guy was really on his game. And then even if you watch, like, The Gladiator, which we watched.
Yeah, great movie.
Right after we were talking about the Roman Empire, I was like, now we're watching The Gladiator.
Yeah, it was a really good... I did enjoy that. That was a good movie.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything else people think about a lot, because sometimes people are like, oh, I think about World War II a lot, or the Civil War. Because if you think about ancient history, it's all kind of made up.
Yeah.
Like it.
Oh wait.
A lot of like the Roman Empire stuff, like
It's made up?
it's kind of made up. Like we just assume what happened because they all had lead pipes. So they were all lead poisoned all the time. So they're all crazy.
Yeah, but
so they all just like made stuff up. I don't know. It's all
conspiracy, Cooper.
No, it's not conspiracy. It was real. It happened. I saw it. It was there.
Yeah. Yeah, you were there.
All of us, maybe that's part of it, is all men are from an earlier version of us that had, you know, our souls died during the Roman Empire time and all the battles and stuff, you know?
You're losing me.
Well, you know, if you believe in reincarnation and our souls had been in the Roman Empire and fought in battles because there was, you know, millions of lives lost throughout those conquest of Caesar and all that good stuff. Somebody's following me right now. Somebody may have microdosed mushrooms and is keeping up with me, even though I haven't. I can imagine what it'd be like.
It's like a daily thing with Cooper. Like some of the things he tells me, I'm just like, I can't follow this. This is too much for my brain.
Don't even get me started on religion, because I can go through a whole nother rabbit hole of that.
You can go down a rabbit hole about anything, Cooper.
It's ADHD. I've deduced that is the problem that I have.
Okay.
Sometimes it's worse than others.
Maybe we should figure that out. Get you on something.
Yeah, is there any medication I can have that won't rot my brain?
No. So why are you boycotting cutting your hair?
I don't know.
I'd like to know.
You always cut my hair, and now you got this belly that you keep bumping into me if you're going to cut my hair. I don't think you can get close enough.
I can't cut your hair now because I have a belly.
But I kind of like growing it out. I don't know. It's like, it's been fun.
I feel like every few months you randomly do that. You're just like, I don't want to cut it.
Yeah, but like women do that too, where they're like, oh, I got bangs because I was going through an exponential crisis.
Oh, so you're going through something. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But women do that all the time. They're like, I dyed my hair.
About to have a baby. Gonna be turning almost 30 soon. Wait, you're not 30 this year. No, you're gonna be 29. But close to 30. You're going through
Why are you trying to rush my life?
A crisis or something.
Trying to get 30 under 30 out here. I had Wes Buck on trying to, you know, smooth him into add me onto the 30 under 30 list so I get a jacket like Victor.
I voted for you.
Oh, thanks.
Maybe.
I didn't even vote for me. Should I have voted for me? Is that a thing?
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little like
Vote for yourself.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little like selfish or conceited.
Yeah.
Like a little narcissistic.
Yeah, it is.
It's like editing your own like photos to post online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, editing in what way?
To make yourself feel better.
That's not narcissism, though.
Kind of is.
No, that's like insecure. If you're like editing and changing to look a different way.
Maybe. Yeah, it's probably a mix of both.
Yeah. I don't think that's narcissism.
No. I mean, I'm definitely a narcissist. You kind of have to be.
We all are.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I try to be as much as possible because it's fun.
This boy's kicking me.
Oh, yeah? Is he kicking you? You hear me talking and he's like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah.
Shut up about the... Oh, man, I'm going to rant to him about stuff.
What?
Just anything. I'm going to be like, so today you're going to learn why the government is the worst organization ever. Today's lesson, the ATF.
I've seen parents talk about how, like, when their baby's fussy, or just in general, like, literally to entertain them, you just, like, talk to them. Like, I was watching this video, and she was, like, making dinner, and she was telling him, like, so now I'm gonna cut the chicken, and then we put the chicken in the sauce, and then we saute, and, like, the baby's, like...
your life.
Yeah, and the baby's, like, interested in it, though. Like, I could so see you doing that.
I mean, I talk to the dogs.
You're like, we're gonna go feed the chickens now. We gotta go get the grain, put it in the cup. Like, I, like, literally entertains
Your mom's
them.
being a whole total pain in the butt.
Yeah. Then he'll come back with me. He'll be like, your dad freaking pissing me off today.
Yeah. I hope, like, his first sentence is, like, you know, defund the government or something. That would really make me a proud dad.
I wonder what his first word will be.
It'll probably be
I don't want to
mustard.
bore people with baby stuff.
What about
Sorry.
can we talk about the jet that the U.S. lost the other day?
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
Wild. That was crazy. I was just like, where is this thing going? Like that's what I was concerned about. Where is it flying over us right now and could just land in our neighborhood?
No, it just crashed in some field.
I mean, good thing it crashed in just a field and not a house or a city or
building or something. I mean, that was an F-35B, $80 million. And people are like, I like the people that were getting real deep. They were like, it's in Cuba. And I was like, what proof do you have? They're like, it's all over the Cuban news. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You were going to tweet and be like,
it's in Bradenton. I saw it land in Bradenton.
Yeah. Or in Sarasota.
But that's what happened. That's how the Cuba story ended up. Somebody just said they just tweeted it like it's in Cuba, and everybody was like, it's there.
Went off with it.
Yeah, they have it.
It was probably the first thing that they heard. It was like the first.
Yeah.
And you just go with it.
And it just spreads, and that's so funny.
Did they ever figure out why the pilot ejected?
They didn't say why, but a lot of speculation are saying they think it was hacked by like a Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah, but I also
I like pointing a finger at a country too. That's fun.
Okay, but
it could have been anyone when they're like.
Yeah, I don't understand why there was only one pilot too.
Yeah, because I guess for just testing, I don't know.
But if you're flying an $80 million plane,
those planes are junk anyways, which is unfortunate.
Really?
They're like the best of the best. And like everybody prefers the older models because the new ones are so big and slow and clunky and like they don't bank really hard and stuff. Maverick wouldn't be into it. Nah, you'd be like, this new 5th gen fighter is junk.
Sucks.
I can't even do a dive, double twist, twirl out of a canyon with this thing. Or something stupid.
Yeah.
But
that's wild though. I'm glad like it landed in a field and didn't like hurt anyone though.
It was probably aliens. The one that turned out to be Cake in Mexico. That little alien that somehow looked just like E.T. from Steven Spielberg.
Wait, where did that come from? Someone found it in Mexico?
Apparently they've been in these boxes for 1,000 years and they were just finally ready to show them to the world.
What?
Yeah. It's a completely made up, fabricated deal, I'm sure.
Yeah, right? It's gotta be.
I don't know. I don't believe anything.
Well, and then I saw people making memes of that it was just like a cake.
Yeah, it's just cake.
Because you ever see those videos? It's like, is it real or is it cake?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
I don't believe that those are real aliens because they were like, we did x-rays of it and it has eggs in it. I'm like, eggs? Like, that's a little too on the nose. You think an alien life just happens to do the same thing that we would expect it to do, is lay eggs?
Maybe.
Like, that's just very, like...
Maybe that's how they reproduce as well.
It could be, but it's just very, like, on the nose.
Yeah.
Like
obvious.
They're too similar to us. They're too, like... Oh, people know what eggs are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if something comes to us, it's probably going to be so obscure that we hardly even understand it. I don't know.
Sorry for the
Need Spencer on here for some conspiracy talk.
Yeah, there's probably some good ones you guys could go off about.
I haven't heard from him in a while. They may have gotten him.
Spencer?
Yeah, the FBI probably took him in.
Sorry, podcast.
Yeah, they're like, you know too much.
You know too much.
You know too much about Antarctica.
God. So I tried to make pumpkin bread
like 3 times. Completely failed every time.
Jeez, just freaking roast me. I know. I was trying. It's pumpkin season. All I wanted was some pumpkin bread. I literally
tried. It's not pumpkin season.
Yes, it is. It's fall.
Yeah, but October, November is pumpkin season.
September.
Is November then Christmas? Do you decorate for Christmas?
End of November. After Thanksgiving.
December.
Or when do we decorate for Christmas?
You like to decorate as soon as possible.
Yeah, I know. I was ready to take out my fall decorations. But anyways, it's pumpkin season, and I tried to make pumpkin bread. It was the most frustrating thing I've ever done. Like, I literally made it 2 times from scratch. It was terrible. Tasted terrible. Texture was terrible. And then I got a box, and it still was not that great.
Just didn't hit.
So I'm mad about that.
Yeah, you need to just get that really... I bet you if you just added more sugar You would have liked it.
There was a lot of sugar in the second one.
I know,
already.
but I bet you if you just added more, because realistically, all of us are pretty addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to caffeine as well, but sugar also.
Yeah, you're definitely addicted. I'm addicted to sugar. You're addicted to caffeine.
Yeah,
What's worse? Probably sugar.
Yeah, sugar's pretty bad.
But caffeine's pretty bad.
Yeah, but I drink it in just black coffee form at least. So no sugar, no cream, no dairy.
You've actually been having a little sweet tooth at night recently too, and that's not like you.
Yeah, I have been. I grew up in a candy shop. I've been around candy my whole life, and sweets.
So you're not really a candy person.
I mean, I do like them, but I grew up around it, so I'm so like versed in it. You know, I'm such a candy expert.
Yeah, but you don't act like it because you literally like don't really eat candy. Only recently.
I'll eat some sour stuff, some.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like Oreos, like I'll eat a couple.
Yeah, you've been on a cookie kick.
But that's the problem because if I bought like sour gummies, I'll eat like a bag.
Yeah, I know.
So I got to avoid buying those. Yeah. Or like Nerds clusters. Yeah, like those things you'll eat the whole bag.
Yeah, but like you won't eat a whole friggin' container of Oreos.
Because they're more filling.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the good thing. Yeah. They need to just be like bigger, the Nerds clusters. There's
this guy on TikTok that I've been seeing his videos just talking about like sugar and all this kind of relates to it, where he talks about ingredients and stuff and things, and holy crap, did I tell you about the Dunkin' Donuts drink?
Oh yeah, I mean they're terrible for you.
He basically like goes to grocery stores and shows like popular products and basically explains how they're bad. Like it has bad ingredients, or it has added sugar, or it has a lot of sugar, or whatever. And one of the things he does is he's gone to Starbucks and Dunkin', and like he did the Starbucks fall drinks and he did the Dunkin' Donuts fall drinks. One of the Dunkin' Donuts drinks literally has 186 grams, I believe that's the number, of sugar in it. That's disgusting.
That is live action. That is a lot of sugar.
That is so bad for you. Like, I think, like, a Coke having 50 grams, like, that is a lot. Mm-hmm. This is triple it. That's insane.
Think about people like my boy Sam who drink, only Coke all day.
Yeah, I guess if you drink 3 Cokes, it's basically
like a 6-pack every day.
Yeah, but like just having that much sugar in one drink is insane.
Yeah. That is a lot of sugar. Like those drinks are tough. I used to drink coffee with vanilla creamer. When I first started, I was like 14.
Yeah, I was like, it
was
never
like vanilla creamer, and then I switched to drinking it with just milk.
Yeah.
And a little bit of sugar, and then I switched to just milk, and now I'm just coffee.
Black, yeah.
So before I know it, I'll just be drinking nothing. At this rate, I'll just have nothing.
Heat water through the coffee pot.
Yeah.
Hot water.
I mean, if you go by one less ingredient every 5 years.
Yeah. Now you're cutting out the coffee, just water.
No more beans.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be hot water.
Oh my God.
That's how a graph would show it.
Yeah. That's how I drink coffee though. Like with creamer in it though. I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah, some of that creamer is scary though, because like some of it's actually flammable. Like you can just light it on fire. Yeah. You gotta see some of these videos. Like,
yeah, I've never seen that.
Creamer is like a good fire starter.
God.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where they like made something and they're like, man, this stuff is really dangerous. What should we do with it? Oh, feed it to people.
Feed it to people.
Like that should work.
That should be good for this.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just give it to people.
That's the best way to dispose of things. Like one day we're going to be at like, oh man, we have all this nuclear waste. What do we do? Feed it to people in Kansas. I don't know. Like that's how they're going to decide it. Like they're just going to be like, put it in their cornstarch. They won't even notice.
Yeah, like
make donuts out of it.
No, but that's kind of basically what I'm saying. It's like it's scary what's in things.
Well, they changed the names too, which is fun. Like they'll take something that's like a really crazy obscure name and they'll make it like
sound better.
No, you use the word oxy and it makes people sound like it's oxygen. You know?
If I see oxy, I think of Oxycontin.
But when they first came out with that, they used like a focus group.
Yeah.
And like how does this word make you feel? Oh, I like the word oxy. It makes me feel good, like oxygen. It's good for you.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, that's wild.
Like, I love how that works, though. That's so fun, where they can just, like, low-key use, like, propaganda and marketing to, like, make you think it's good. Make it sound better,
yeah.
That's always, like, a fun route.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. What else was... Oh, I saw this whole segment the other day of artificial intelligence made Instagram model influencer girls.
Oh, yeah.
And it's become really serious now.
I don't understand the whole, like, because I've heard these artificial Instagram influencers are getting paid, like, really good money.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they be?
So, like, who is getting this money? The person behind the AI? Like,
yeah, the person that...
I just think that's so weird. It's, like, so not authentic. Like, you don't actually know.
It's like paying an actor to do something. Like when you watch, like, a commercial on TV and somebody's like, I switched to Allstate. And it's like, you probably don't even have a car. You probably took the bus to this audition to get this $100 role to say, yeah. And now you're probably on strike thinking that you're going to, make all this money.
I don't know. That whole concept is very weird to me.
I kind of like it. I think it's fun. I think it adds like a level of competition that no one saw coming. Like when you like get into an industry, you're like, okay, this is my competition. This is what I got to worry about. And now it's like this random curveball.
But like in my mind, in no world am I gonna buy something or be influenced by this AI influencer.
You don't know that.
No, I know I wouldn't, because I'd see this person and be like, who even are you? Why am I going to believe you that you say, oh, I take these pills and it makes me have so much energy and feel great.
We I going to believe any influencer paid for anything?
Well, because most influencers nowadays are pretty authentic. Like we both are that way. If there's something we don't like, we're not going to post about it.
Yeah, I've turned down more money than I can count.
But an AI, they're not actually trying these products out. Like,
some fat dude behind a computer is probably trying them out.
Is like and trying to tell people like to go buy this. It's
I think what you don't realize though is men are very easily influenced by a female figure of any kind. Even a cartoon.
Boobs.
Even a cartoon. And think about it. She could work 24/7. She's never bitching. No maternity leave. No period. No vacation. She's not going to age. Like, you just created the next 20 years of your, like...
It's just so not authentic. I don't like it.
But it's pretty funny. Like, I think it's pretty interesting because they're going to have to do something about it eventually. Because, if there's 300 million people in the U.S. and say 80 million of them are on Instagram. And then suddenly for, $100, I can make 50 AI accounts.
Yeah.
And then everybody suddenly just has dozens of AI fake influencers and fake car guys and fake this and fake that. It's just going to put this strain on everything.
And I know I've seen one of the first influencer AI person that came out, and they look really real too. And that's a little bit scary. Is I hope there's never a time where you can't tell, is this an actual person or is this an AI? That's weird. There was a whole thing with a store in New York City, right?
They took photos outside the store and then they just basically photoshopped an AI in.
Saying this AI influencer came to our store.
They said, thanks for stopping by.
Literally, what the hell?
Thanks for swinging by. It was great meeting you.
That's and it's
was that written by another AI?
And the sad thing is young kids probably might look at that and have no idea and think
when I grow up I want to be just like that.
Yeah, it's not even a real thing. It's just so weird. I just don't
When I
like
grow
that.
up, I want to be just like that AI.
Yeah, like, no. That's cutting it too far.
Oh,
And
man.
the fact that they're even getting paid is, like, cutting it too far.
And, well, especially, too, like, imagine there's an AI, like, fitness influencer that's like, buy my get in shape routine that I use to get my six-pack.
Yeah, exactly. That's so wrong.
None of it even is, like, in the real world at all.
That is so wrong.
Competing on, like, OnlyFans with, like, real women.
Yeah. That's just not okay.
It is pretty fun, though.
I don't think it should be allowed.
I kind of like this idea of a dystopian future. And they're definitely made in some, like, bot farm in Saudi Arabia by, like, some Indian dude that's saying, like, show Bob and Vagine. You know, like, they always post. They always say Bob and Vagine instead of...
Who says that?
The Indian guys, the ones that are all in, you know, like, all the guys that always post on Instagram, like, being extra thirsty. You know how that happens?
No.
I feel like that happens.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's bots, and then there's, like, guys that are just, like, you know, sending... They post it on your stuff, just hearts and, like, random creeps and stuff. Like, that's what I'm kind of talking about. There's just a lot of creeps in this world.
Yeah.
And they might even all be fake. Most of Instagram, I think, is fake. Threads is all nothing. There's nothing happening on Threads.
Yeah, that was the worst thing.
That was the biggest
ever did.
flop Zuck ever had.
Yeah. And it's so funny. Everyone was like, Threads, follow me on Threads. Right when they came out. I had never even made a Threads account. I think I saw people post. I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah, but we haven't given it an update that it's just, like, dead. Mark Zuckerberg hasn't done anything good in 20 years.
Yeah. I saw everyone using it right when it came out because you think it's going to be the next big thing and, like, this is how you're going to grow on social media. And then people stopped using it after, like,
an hour.
Writing one thread.
People wrote a thread to be like, oh, I'm so glad I'm off Twitter. And then they were just off of everything.
Yeah. Put zero effort into
Shout out
threads.
to X, though, because it's the best social media platform ever. If you guys aren't following me on X, you should, because I post a lot of anti-government stuff. A lot of it. It's pretty much all anti-government.
I said to Cooper recently, I'm like, thank God he has you guys. Not that we disagree, but, like, I can only have so much capacity to, like, talk about those things. And I'm like, thank God you have, like, your Facebook and X community where, like, you can really talk back and forth with people, because I'm not your girl for that.
I talk to a lot of people daily on X.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this, but I had a very long conversation with some dude in a different country of why he supported communism. We had, like, long paragraphs of stuff going back and forth. Finally, I just stopped answering because
Didn't get through to him.
I'm not going to convince somebody that communism's bad.
Yeah.
If you're brainwashed, you're stuck, dude. He was in a different country, so I'm not worried about him.
Oh my God.
He's probably one of those made up ones. There's a lot of those out there. Oh my God. We were also talking about big weddings and, like, overseas weddings and, like, we invited 200 people to our wedding in Italy. You have to fly into this small airport, take a bus, a train, a boat, and then you're at our wedding. It costs $1,800 a night, and we really would like to have you there. It'd mean a lot to us.
And
We've never
gift.
been to Italy, but it's important to us.
That's my issue. Is I've seen so many people recently who are getting married in Italy, and I literally feel like it's a trend. It's like they're just getting married there because it's trendy and it's gonna be good for Instagram photos, and everyone's getting married there. It's like, genuinely think, like, do you want to spend that much money doing that? Do you want to have your guests spend that much money going there? Like, yeah, it's a beautiful place and, like, a nice trip, but, like, is that
I ain't bringing a gift.
What you want?
I ain't giving you shit if I show up in Italy.
I think that's a thing that if you go on a destination wedding, you don't have to bring a gift. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I'm not tipping anyone. I'm not bringing anything.
Yeah, like, that is just
I'm getting the steak. I'm getting the chicken to save you money.
I feel like people were surprised at, like, how I was with our wedding, because like I could come off being like, I want to do everything and do all this and do this perfectly and just have everything. And I really sat there and I thought about weddings I had been to, and I'm like, what do you remember from weddings? Like, I remember the food and the dancing, like the party time. I don't remember what the gift was, where the flowers were. So like when it came to our wedding, I didn't do flowers on all the tables because I'm like, I don't remember what flowers were on my table at any other wedding. Like I just think people are just so extreme nowadays with weddings.
Yeah, I definitely dislike the idea of being overkill. I think if you're overkill like that, your next trend that you're going to follow is divorce. It's very trendy as well.
Okay, that's a little bold to say.
I'll say it. I mean, I think most people go down that route. I think the divorce rates are like 70% currently. So most people end up following that trend as well.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the reason.
Can we get divorced in Italy? I'd really like to. It would mean so much. Who do you invite for that?
Divorce party in Italy.
Yeah, I think that should be a rule. You have to invite the same people that you invited to your wedding to your divorce. And you have to same location.
And you have to pay for all of them to go there because they paid to go to your wedding.
Yes.
Now you're not even together anymore. Yeah. So you should repay for them or pay them back for flying there.
Exactly.
Going on that whole trip.
You owe me one.
Spending money to watch you get married for you just to get divorced. Like.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's too much. It's just too much. I think weddings are about like being with your loved one.
Being the center of attention.
Yeah, I mean,
you just want everybody to look at you and think of a house.
It's very special having all the people you love like be there to celebrate your love. Like I'll never forget that feeling. I think that was so cool that like all of our family and friends were there to like celebrate us. Like that is very cool. But like you can literally just do that with having some good food, tables for people to sit at, drinks, a DJ, and maybe some pretty decorations if you want. But like some of the shit that I see, I'm like, oh my God, like you could spend this money so much better in your life than on insane amount of flowers. Like think about that.
Yeah, I said that to our flower lady. She probably didn't like that very much. I don't know.
I guess if you have the money to do it, it's fine. But I think there's also, like, be reasonable.
I mean, hey, live it up. If you want to spend $1 million in your wedding, live it up.
Yeah.
Go do it somewhere where you help the economy.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I don't know. I feel like even if I did have that money to spend on a wedding, I just wouldn't want to because it's just like one night. Like
I think if
I could go towards something so much more useful.
This may piss you off, but I think if the groom cries, you can take your gift back too. I think if he starts getting all emotional and crying like a little wuss up there, you take the gift back.
It doesn't piss me off. You say that. I'm just like rolling my eyes. Because you just don't cry.
You wanted me to cry.
Yeah, I would have.
You were prepared to kick me in the nuts, so I started crying up there. I hope you
cry when our baby is born.
I'm not gonna cry when our baby's born.
Out of happiness, like you should be so emotional.
Yeah, of course. What do you think what do you think at my wedding I would have been crying about? Not out of happiness, out of like regret.
Yeah, you're acting like crying is a bad thing. That's my point.
It is.
No, it's not.
Crying is only acceptable when you're watching like Independence Day and he's about to like crash into the spaceship, or you're watching like Bruce Willis and like.
You can literally cry happy tears. I was crying the other night because of you moving the dog bowls.
You're emotional.
Yes, but you should have some emotion that brings out like tears in you. I just don't understand how you don't have that.
I just told you, if I'm watching like, Armageddon and they're giving the president's giving the speech and stuff, like that gave me a little teary eyes.
Oh my God.
There's a couple other movies that really can get things.
Now you're going to piss me off because if you're going to sit here and say that these movies make you cry, but when our son comes into the world, you're not going to cry.
Maybe if it was directed by Michael Bay.
at our wedding, you're not going to cry? Like, no, that's annoying. So don't say that.
I just don't. I mean, at our wedding, I know I'm not going to cry because it was 3 years ago. Maybe if I watch back the movie, maybe. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on Bogetti Bunch YouTube channel. It's a 40-minute movie narrated by me and directed and filmed by Chris at Project Prime. It's a really good video. Shout out to him because he crushed it on that. There's a couple cool burnouts in there.
It's a good wedding video.
Yeah. I don't think Bronte threw her a bouquet, though, which
I didn't.
I was just imagining that's like part of the video, but I don't think it happened. It was good, though. Yeah, there was like wheelies on the dance floor because I know a lot of degenerates.
Yep.
It went well.
Very, like, that's what I mean. Like, a wedding is just, you remember, like, the good times of it. You don't remember, like, the atmosphere, the decorations. It's like you remember more important things. How long have we been going for? Because I am sleepy.
45 minutes. 45 minutes. We were also listening to Californication last night.
Oh,
that one really got us going.
Yeah, I was very interested in that. Because
read like, the lyrics. It's from 25 years ago.
I was like, I feel like I could sing this song. I know all the words, but I knew none of the words. Like, the lyrics are very interesting.
Yeah, it talks about like a little girl from Sweden bitching about the climate. It talks about the end of Western civilization, spies from China, space being faked by Hollywood.
There's just like one line kind of about each of those things.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not a TED Talk or a podcast,
so you're
but
making
this
it
is
seem
what they
like
touched
there's
on.
like they talked about all this and all
they
this.
Go deep into...
Yeah, they touch on those things, yeah.
The one line, though, space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. That one hits. It's a hit line. I'll put that up on the wall.
Yeah, like you like fully remember that line.
Yeah, I wrote it down. That one, it's a good one. I like that.
Oh, God.
That's probably where that's probably what happened to that plane, the F-35. There was probably an alien craft that connected into it, which caused him to eject. It's probably something to do with aliens.
Yeah.
If I were to guess. People want to blame China or Putin or Zelensky, but I bet you it was aliens.
Maybe.
Probably Zuck. He's kind of a lizard.
Maybe.
The guy that hasn't done anything good in the last 10 years. Do you want to just end this?
Yeah, I'm really
Bronte's
tired.
done, guys.
I can't with Cooper anymore.
Bronte's done. I'm going to go
tired.
rant to her for the next hour. It is 8 o'clock and she is cooked.
Yeah, we are.
It's 8 o'clock.
I was going to say we're podcasting late.
It's not even dark out.
For me. I had a rough night's sleep last night. I was up for like an hour and a half, and I'm just so tired right now.
An hour and a half? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, and we were out late last night. We had to go get your mom's car.
Yeah, it's just, I'm tired.
Okay, well, guys, we're going to end it off
I gave you
there.
all that I could. Hopefully.
She did what we could. It's under an hour, but this was a fun episode. If you guys want to hear more rants about this kind of stuff, follow me on X. Please subscribe. It helps us a lot. But that's going to do it. Anything else, Bronte?
Nope. That's it from me.
Yeah, come out to FL2k. Oh, and last thing, if you're still here, FL2k, we got a very special episode coming. It's going to be a pre-game FL2k episode with some of the coolest guys I know and Victor. And it's going to be just a lot of fun. Yeah. So definitely stay tuned for that one. But that's going to do it, guys. We will see you next time.